The cafe was unusually quiet that morning. Outside, rain splattered against the windows in soft rhythms, and the smell of freshly brewed coffee lingered in the air. But inside, one sound pierced through the calm, the sharp, desperate cries of a baby. All eyes turned toward the corner table where a man in a tailored navy suit sat stiffly, rocking the tiny bundle in his arms. His expensive wristwatch glimmered under the dim lights, but his expression was anything but composed. Dark circles shadowed his eyes, and his polished demeanor looked cracked, almost fragile. He was Alexander Reed, the infamous millionaire CEO of Reed Enterprises. People knew him as ruthless in business, but today, he was simply a father, helpless against the relentless sobs of his baby daughter. The little girl's face was red, her tiny fists clenched as she wailed louder. The staff shifted nervously, customers whispered, but no one dared to approach the powerful man. No one, except for a waitress who had been watching quietly from behind the counter. Her name was Emma Collins. 23, broke, and working double shifts just to pay off her late mother's medical bills. Emma didn't see a billionaire sitting there. She saw a father at his breaking point. She walked over cautiously, clutching her notepad, and whispered, "Excuse me, sir, do you want me to try?" Alexander looked up, startled. He blinked at her, almost offended. No, she's just tired. I can handle it." His voice was low, but it cracked in the middle. The baby screamed louder as if mocking his words. Emma tilted her head, offering a small, reassuring smile. "Sometimes, babies just need a different touch. May I?" For a long second, he hesitated. Pride warred with desperation. Finally, with trembling hands, he handed his daughter over. Emma cradled the baby gently, humming a soft lullaby her mother used to sing. She swayed slowly, her voice tender but steady. To everyone's astonishment, within minutes, the baby's cries faded to hiccups, and her tiny eyes fluttered shut. The cafe erupted in relieved murmurs. Alexander stared, stunned, as Emma adjusted the baby's blanket like she had done it 1,000 times. "There we go, little angel," she whispered, brushing a strand of hair from the infant's forehead. "How did you do that?" Alexander asked, his voice husky, his eyes searching hers. Emma shrugged lightly, still rocking the child. "I grew up babysitting for neighbors. And my mom, she always said babies can feel your heart. If you're calm, they calm too." For a moment, Alexander forgot the empire he ran, the board meetings waiting for him, the chaos of his world. He just saw a stranger, someone who had given him peace when he needed it most. But this was just the beginning. The challenge of worlds apart. Over the next week, Alexander returned to the cafe every morning with his daughter, Ava. At first, he claimed it was coincidence, but Emma noticed he always seemed relieved when she came near. The baby reached for her now, smiling whenever Emma hummed that lullaby. Slowly, conversations began. He learned Emma had lost her mother to cancer the year before and was drowning in debt while supporting her younger brother through school. She learned Alexander had lost his wife during childbirth, an unspoken wound that still bled inside him. He admitted he had no idea how to be both CEO and father. "Sometimes I think I'm failing her," Alexander confessed one morning, watching Ava giggle in Emma's arms. Emma looked at him softly. "You're here. That's what matters most. Kids don't need perfection, they need presence." But while a friendship blossomed, challenges loomed. Alexander's business world was merciless. When board members and shareholders discovered he was spending mornings in a small cafe with a waitress, rumors spread like wildfire. Tabloids painted Emma as a gold digger, accusing her of targeting the wealthy widower. The cafe buzzed with whispers whenever she worked. One evening, Emma walked out of work to find reporters flashing cameras in her face. "Are you planning to marry Mr. Reed? How much money has he given you?" She fled in tears, overwhelmed. When Alexander found out, he stormed into the cafe the next morning, furious. "I'm sorry, Emma, I should have protected you. I didn't think." Emma shook her head, her voice trembling. "I can't do this, Alexander. My brother, my job, I just wanted to help your daughter. I never asked for any of this attention." The sight of her breaking shook him more than any hostile takeover ever had. He realized then that money and power couldn't shield the people he cared about, not unless he truly chose to stand for them. The turning point. Days passed, and Emma kept her distance. The cafe felt emptier without her laughter, and Ava cried restlessly, missing the warmth she had found in Emma's arms. Alexander, usually decisive, felt lost. Finally, one stormy evening, he arrived at Emma's tiny apartment, rain dripping from his suit. She opened the door in shock. "You shouldn't be here," she whispered. "I had to," he said, his voice raw. "Emma, you're right, I can't let the world treat you like this. You saved my daughter that day, and more than that, you've reminded me what it means to be human again." Her eyes filled with tears. "Alexander, we live in different worlds. You don't understand the struggles I face every day." "I don't," he admitted, "but I want to. Let me stand in your world for once. I don't want a woman who sees my bank account, I want the one who sees my daughter's smile. And that's you." Silence lingered, broken only by the baby's soft coo from his arms. Ava reached toward Emma with tiny fingers, as if choosing for them both. Emma exhaled shakily and took the child, her heart softening. She realized then that love didn't ask for equal wealth or status, it asked for courage. Resolution and message. Months passed, and life slowly wove their worlds together. Alexander faced his board with a firm declaration: "The people in my life are not up for discussion. My family comes first." For the first time, he wasn't just a feared CEO, he was a father and a man who dared to love again. Emma, once drowning in struggles, found herself uplifted, not by Alexander's wealth, but by his support and respect. He quietly helped her brother get a scholarship, never making it feel like charity. Together, they created a rhythm where mornings at the cafe were filled with laughter, not whispers. And Ava, she grew with the love of two hearts who had found each other in the most unlikely place. The story spread, not of scandal, but of hope. People saw not a millionaire and a waitress, but a reminder that compassion can bridge any divide. That sometimes, the richest gift isn't money or status, it's the courage to reach out when someone is crying, and the humility to accept help when you're at your breaking point. As Emma often said to Ava while tucking her in at night, life doesn't always give us what we expect. But it always gives us what we need, if we have the heart to see it. And that was the unthinkable truth. A poor waitress had taught a millionaire CEO how to be a father, how to love again, and how to find meaning beyond the walls of his empire.